2022 brought some insane collaborations that went on to become some of the most hyped sneakers ever released. So today we're going to be looking forward to 2023. I'm going to share with you guys the 10 most hyped collaborations that are dropping so far. We're going to kick this off with number 10, Born and Raised and Nike. Born and Raised is a clothing brand and they're going to be teaming up with Nike to drop a Nike SB Dunk Low. This pair right here. And I gotta say, as far as a collaboration goes, this one is nailed pretty perfectly. For me personally, one of the most important things about a collaboration, you want the end product to feel like it truly has inspirations or details from both of the brands coming together. On this pair of dunks, it truly looks like a very different version. It's definitely going to be one of the most hyped collaborations that drops here in 2023, not to mention that it's a really good looking pair of dunks as well. And we don't know the exact date of when this pair is going to drop, just at some point here in 2023. Alright, taking the 9th spot, we've got Nike and Cortez. Now, I'm not entirely sure how popular Cortez is globally, but here in the UK, they are massive. And it's actually quite an interesting collaboration because initially, or in the early days of Cortez as a clothing brand, Nike went after them for their name because obviously Nike owns the Cortez, as in the Cortez sneaker. Here in 2023, it looks like they put their differences aside and came together to create, at least as of what we know of right now, at least this pair of sneakers right here. This is an Air Max 95, and although it's not the most exciting collaboration I've ever seen, like you can see the details, you've got the Cortez logo on the tongue. You've also got some logo embroidery around the mudguard and around towards the back of the sneaker, which I think looks pretty cool. But I think that this collaboration is going to be insanely hyped, and I wouldn't be surprised along with this pair of sneakers if they do drop a clothing collection as well, which also would sell out instantly. This collaboration is supposed to be releasing in March this year. Taking the 8th spot is the JARRITOS Nike Dunk Low. This is one of those collaborations that initially you don't really think make sense. I mean, Nike, a sportswear company, and JARRITOS being a soda company, you're like, what are you guys doing together? But we've seen it work plenty of times in the past. Ben & Jerry's Nike Dunk Low, the 7-Eleven dunks. There's some really off-the-cuff collaborations that just seem to do insanely well. I think that the two brands have cooked up something really cool in terms of a release for this collaboration sometime spring 2023. Coming in at number 7 is a collaboration that people have been anticipating for quite a while now, and that is the collaboration between Fear of God and Adidas. Now, the frustrating part is that Jerry Lorenzo joined Adidas back in 2020. We haven't seen anything yet. All that we've seen up until this point is these images of what looks to be like a clothing collection with Adidas and Fear of God, and really it only comes in one colorway. It's this yellow hoodie and a yellow crew neck and some t-shirts, and even this pastel yellow clothing collection never actually released. So Adidas put out a statement saying that the partnership between Adidas and Jerry Lorenzo has evolved over the past 2 years. They also stated that both houses look forward to sharing more in the first half of 2023. I just feel like the dragged out timeline of this collaboration has kind of killed it off a little bit. Nevertheless, if Fear of God and Adidas did drop something this year, you know it would fly off shelves. Alright, taking the 6th spot is Nike and Supreme. Nike and Supreme are very familiar with each other. They've done a bunch of collaborations in the past, and here in 2023, we've got 2 upcoming collaborations. Now, the first one is going to be a Supreme Nike Air Bacon, an entire collection that's going to be dropping here in 2023. So apparently there's going to be 3 different colorways dropping at some time in spring this year. Now, the second collaboration between these two is definitely going to be a lot more hyped, and that is the Supreme Nike Dunk collection coming this year. Apparently, this collaboration will include a Nike SB Dunk Low and a Nike SB Dunk High. As of right now, they're both rumored to feature Ramel Z artwork. It'll kind of look like this with all of the paint splatters and everything on it, which, yeah, I mean, it's interesting. We'll have to wait and see what it actually looks like. These are obviously just rendered or mocked up images. Supreme and Nike can always get the people going, so yeah, definitely one of the most hyped collaborations dropping this year. Alright, taking 5th spot is actually releasing right around the corner, and that is the Tiffany & Co. Nike Air Force One. This collaboration is definitely divisive. You've got some people who are pretty furious with the design of this sneaker, looking pretty basic. Then you've got other people who are a massive fan of this collaboration and are highly anticipating it. Now, this is the first time that Tiffany & Co. is going to be officially collaborating with Nike. I say officially because obviously there was the Tiffany dunks that released a while ago, and that pair of dunks is the main driving factor of the hype of this collaboration. Oh, and of course I cannot forget that there is a silver bar on the back, which will be real silver. Now, this collaboration is going to be dropping on March the 7th. In fact, it's already loaded up on the Nike sneakers app. Either way, it is definitely one of the most hyped pairs, and no doubt it is going to sell out extremely quickly and resell for probably a ton of money. Alright, taking the 4th spot is a collaboration that we are pretty familiar with at this point, and it is a A Ma Maniére and Jordan brand. We had the Jordan 1, the Jordan 2, the Jordan 3, and the Jordan 4 more recently. So what's left for them here in 2023? The first one is of course going to be the Jordan 12. There's going to be two colorways. This black one is going to be dropping on February the 24th, and this white colorway is going to be dropping on March the 2nd. Later on this year, A Ma Maniére and Jordan brand are also going to be creating a Jordan 5. We've got the Jordan 5 black, and we've also got the Jordan 5 light bone. Keep in mind that both of these images are just speculation, renders. I don't actually know what the A Ma Maniére Jordan 5 is going to look like, but these are the colorways that we can expect. Both of these Jordan 5s should be dropping holiday season 2023. Taking the third spot on my list is Louis Vuitton and Pharrell Williams. So about a week ago, Louis Vuitton announced that Pharrell Williams was going to be their new creative director. Now, this is a pretty massive deal because not only is Pharrell Williams going to be taking Virgil Abloh's place, but as we know, Virgil Abloh and Off-White was heavily tied to Nike, and Pharrell Williams, on the other hand, is tied to Adidas. What can we expect from LV and Pharrell Williams? Well, a lot of people are speculating that there will be some kind of Adidas crossover here, and obviously if they were to do something like that, it would be incredibly popular. I mean, we only just found out like a week ago that Pharrell Williams was going to be the creative director of Louis Vuitton, so we're going to have to wait and see on that front. But of course, we're still in the early days of 2023, so the rest of the year is completely open. I will throw in a couple honorable mentions for collaborations that should be dropping here in 2023. The first one is Eminem Carhartt Nike SB collaboration. This one to me just kind of seems too good to be true. Apparently Eminem, Carhartt, and Nike SB are going to be creating a pair of dunks. Now if this happened, I think it would instantly be the most hyped sneaker that dropped in 2023. Another interesting one would be Sean Weatherspoon and Adidas. They're continuing to drop different silhouettes. I think the main one dropping here in 2023 is going to be the Gazelle. Another one that I believe is confirmed for 2023 is Terror Squad Nike Air Force Ones. Obviously that's Nike and Fat Joe. Then Heineken and Nike. This is another very bizarre collaboration. Obviously most of the hype for this collaboration would be around the fact of the original Heinekens, which weren't an official collaboration. What we know about this Heineken and Nike collaboration is that it's not going to be an SB version of the dunk. It could be a Nike Dunk High or a Nike Dunk Low, but it's not going to be an SB. Alright, coming in at number 2 is Off-White and Nike. This should come as no surprise. Anything Off-White and Nike has always been incredibly hyped. Now obviously when Virgil Abloh passed away, we didn't really know what was going to happen with the Nike and Off-White collaboration, whether they would just end things right there. But more recently we found out that Nike and Off-White are going to be carrying on their relationship and releasing at least a year's worth of products moving forward. So what can we expect to release this year? Well, a lot of people are somehow still holding out hope for the Jordan 4 Bread and the Jordan 1 Canary Yellow. But I think those sneakers are far less likely. But we actually already do know quite a few sneakers that are literally in the pipeline as actual collaborations that are going to be dropping. First one is a couple different colorways of the Off-White Air Force 1 Mid. This year we're supposed to be getting this graffiti pair, this all over white with this crazy purple and blue graffiti on the side of it. Also supposed to be getting the pine green colorway. And then another one that we know of is going to be insanely hyped, and of course that is the gray colorway of the Off-White Air Force 1. So as of right now, we know that this is going to be the Paris colorway, or the one that drops out in Paris, but there is no doubt that this sneaker will resell for thousands on the aftermarket. And at number 1 is the reigning champion of collaborations, Travis Scott and Nike. I mean, it's crazy. Travis Scott still has a grip on the people 100%. But here in 2023, it could get pretty interesting. So as of right now, we know that this pair of Jordan 1 lows is going to be dropping. This is the olive colorway. This pair should be dropping on April the 26th. But personally, what interests me more is what he's supposed to be doing later on this year. Apparently, Travis Scott is going to be working on an upcoming Air Jordan 7. Now, I actually don't know what this Travis Scott Jordan 7 actually looks like. We just know that it's supposed to be dropping here in 2023. There's also been a lot of rumors of Travis Scott getting his own sneaker silhouette this year. And in my opinion, that's what I think would be the most interesting, if Travis Scott got his own exclusive sneaker. Whatever it looks like, it's going to be insanely hyped. Let me know what sneaker collaborations you're personally excited for here in 2023, and if you want to catch up on some of the other sneaker news, that video's there.